What's going on with Seventeen's Jeonghan and June? On that note, what in the world is going on with Bang Si-hyuk, my twin? The new 50-50 versus the old 50-50. All that and more in this episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. So this is my first video back after taking a little time off to go see ATs. This was my view. We don't need to talk about it, but I did upload a vlog if you'd like to go support that. I'm still dealing with a little post-trip sadness, so please bear with me. But I digress. Let's get into today's K-pop news, just you and me together. Now, Seventeen recently announced a tour, 17 right here world tour in US, and a lot of people were kind of disappointed in the stops that they were doing because in their last tour, they even went to freaking Canada. And now they're only going to 5 locations. But that's not even the news story as of now, because on top of people being iffy about the stops or lack thereof, Pledis has now announced that 2 members will not be able to participate in the tour. Basically, Jeonghan is gonna have to go do his military service, and Jun wants to focus on acting in China. So here is the company's statement. Jeonghan is due to fulfill his military obligation in the second half of 2024. While Jeonghan filmed most of the content he could in advance, he will not be able to participate in promotional activities for the 12th mini album and the 17 Right Here World Tour scheduled to start in October. Jeonghan will still be able to meet with Carrots to the previously announced fan signing event and Lollapalooza Berlin. Further details regarding Jeonghan's military service will be provided later in a separate notice. So that's the first member who won't be participating in the world tour, and then of course Jun. We have decided that Jun will pursue acting and other opportunities in China during the later half of this year. Like Jeonghan, Jun has completed filming for content that could be prepared in advance. However, due to an overlap with the on-location filming schedule, Jun will not be able to participate in Lollapalooza Berlin, music show performances for the 12th mini album, and the 17 Right Here World Tour. So they're saying though he won't be able to participate in the world tour, that he's going to try his best to engage with Carrots as best as he can, which is of course their fandom. You should know this. Come on. They end off by saying, we ask for your I'm not even screen recording. We ask for your kind understanding and support for Jeonghan's healthy completion of his military service and Jun's upcoming projects. Please continue to show your love for 17 and stay tuned for 17's upcoming activities this year. So there are some fans, maybe a lot of fans, who are quite disappointed in this because they were under the impression that this would be the group's, quote unquote, last tour as 13 members before people started going off to do their military service. So let's read some responses. Jeonghan and Jun won't be able to join in that's thanks for the we know. What? I thought this tour would be the last time to see OT13 before enlistment. I guess it won't even be that. So you're telling me after us European fans waited for almost a decade for 17 in Europe, Jun is not participating in Lollapalooza, which has been announced for months? Literally, F you Pledis, F you so effing much. How the F does Europe only exist when it's Fashion Week? I was literally looking forward to finally seeing 17, and now you're telling me I won't be seeing OT13 and probably won't see them as OT13 anytime soon? Another point that I've seen people bring up is the fact that at the last tour, people were getting sick, and so not every member was like the C word, not that C you get. So there were some stops where there weren't all members. So, people thinking like this will be like a complete OT13 tour before people start enlisting in the military, and then it's like, no, actually, nor. What? I'm looking forward to seeing them. I missed Jeonghan during Follow to Manila, Stop, and now again. And Jun, I'm happy that he is pursuing his acting career. However, he is one of the reasons that I'm looking forward to all 17 activities. Wait, I thought the tour would be their last big thing before enlistment. There are some people also thinking like the timing is weird. Like, why do you need to go to China and act now? World tour without a member, lol. If Jeonghan, I can understand he can't avoid it no matter what, but Jun though, why? Acting over his first main job? The world tour should not be happened in the first place at this point. Pledis should just have waited until he's finished filming. I don't like this information, so it's not true. That's my favorite response. So with all that said, I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think Pledis is really screwing fans over with this, or do you think anything is better than nothing? Do you think the timing's weird? I mean, maybe there was like a huge opportunity, like a huge movie or show opportunity, but then like, how do you go? I'm not saying it, but one could ask, why would you go acting during a world tour? I'm not saying that. It's not me. But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about 50/50 because we have news for the new 50/50 and the old 50/50. So essentially the new 50/50 is going to feature 5 members. So the remaining member, Kina, and 4 mystery girls who are no longer a mystery. We know who they are. They've revealed their faces and their names. So we have, of course, Kina, Chanel Moon, Yeon, and Hana, with the last member being revealed separately. But let's see what we know about them so far. So though the 5th member was not named, she has since been named. Her face was revealed alongside the others. It is unclear which of the 2 members is Hana, but it is believed that one is Hwarang, a former YouTuber who grew to popularity as a child. So this is Chanel, this is Yeon, this is believed to be Hwarang, and then this, I believe, is Athena, who we're going to talk about later. Because specifically, I remember reading comments like, she has a starship look. What does that mean? People think she looks like a mix of IVE members. Do you see it? Say like Wonyoung mixed with Iseo a little bit. Anyways, here's what some K-netizens think. Wow, everyone is so pretty. Wow, they're stunning like fairies. Wow, where did he find all these gorgeous bosses? They look great together. It's like they've always been in the same group. They look good together. Everyone is so beautiful. So of course I have some people celebrating, other people still feeling iffy that, 50/50 is just going to be replaced like that. Like the 3 members who left are being replaced with 4 new members. But we did get a separate video announcing the last member, Athena. Remember, the last member's name is Yang Athena from Stockholm, Sweden. So she might be Swedish, ? She seems to be full Korean, but she's just born in Sweden. Let's see. So here's her little video. Now, from international fans' perspective, some perspectives, not all, of course, some people are like, poor girl, she's so cute, but choosing that company. People are bringing up a track CEO's past interests and then being like, and he has a minor in his company. I feel like we're going to learn in this video quite quickly that these CEOs are kind of Then we also have people saying that we should boycott the group. Why she even want to join this group after what happened? Flopped, they tanked. So again, people feeling badly for the 3 members who were originally in 50/50, made 50/50 what it is, but then left the company. We all remember they tried to sue to end their exclusive contracts. It didn't work, blah, 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 blah. They now are signing with a new agency, it seems. So former 50/50 members, Hana, Aran, and Shio signed with a new agency. So IOK Company announced the launch of the new label Massive ENC and revealed that they signed exclusive contracts with the 3 former 50/50 members. And it seems that they're set to begin their new activities later this year. IOK Company plans to use this move to strengthen its presence in both domestic and international music markets and to solidify its status as a major player in global entertainment. A spokesperson said, "We plan to fully support these talented and passionate members to help them achieve even greater success worldwide. With the team behind the success of Cupid, we aim to create a new success story in the global market." With the team behind the success of Cupid? Anyways, let's explore some reactions to this news. Wow, there's actually a place willing to take them in? ? I can understand Aran, but all of them? What in the world? There are actually places for them. What will they do with them? It's not like they're popular and it's not like they have songs. When are they going to pay back everything? ? So they'll give up on Korea and just go for the US. So there's some people thinking like after they tried to, get out of their exclusive contracts with their first company, before this was even announced, a lot of people were like, there's no way another company would take them in. It's too much of a risk. But here we are. Here are some comments on Reddit. I'm surprised no one's waiting for the countersuit to be over. How is that going to work? What if they lose? How often do small girl groups break even? I guess they don't have trainee debts to pay anymore, but imagine they make it and they have to use that money to pay their lawsuit bills. This isn't at all like Luna, where it was mostly a foregone conclusion that BBC would lose. This might be the exact opposite. Either way, that's wild. From the way Koreans talk about them, you'd think they'd never be trusted by an agency. Hope they get some good songs made for them. So the new 50/50 and the original 50/50 minus Kina are both going to debut this year. Am I the only one that feels like this is going to pose a situation for the fans and even maybe the general public to harshly compare the two groups against each other? Like, if the original members are coming back to the K-pop scene at around the same time as the new 50/50, I can imagine some people are going to be on their toes trying to judge who's better and even who's the real 50/50. This is really baffling to me because we've seen, groups, we've seen members from big three groups leave their companies and then they had to like lay low for a year or a couple of years before they went solo or to like release new music, and I feel as though that's part of their contract. Like if you leave the company, you can't release anything until like a year after the fact, so it's wild to me that they're both seemingly going to release stuff at the same time. That does seem really weird from like potentially a company perspective. Maybe a track didn't write that in there. they weren't anticipating it. So that's our update on the old 50/50 and the new 50/50. We're apparently going to have music around the same time. Again, it seems a little bit odd to me, but I would love to know what you think in the comments. So, some members of the Boyz have been going viral because they smashed a cake, and it has offended some Japanese netizens. So the video features New, Sonu, and Q, and it has since originally been deleted, but the reposted one on Twitter has 31 million views. So let's check it out. 32 million. Oh, this post is deleted by the post author. It was not deleted yesterday, but anyways, let's see. So we see like they're destroying the characters on the cake, right? So some people are saying that this is disrespectful, that they're acting so childish. This post basically saying, wait, isn't this just too gross? Watching this made my heart ache, especially since it was a cake made by a friend with love. The narrative going around is that a Japanese staff member gave them this cake. It's unthinkable to play with food, yet an idol finds it amusing and posts it on social media. I mean, he posted this video and didn't make people think he has a good personality. I've become, anyways, gross, essentially. Oh, here's the translation. No one's gonna watch this and think, wow, what a great personality. I'm a fan now. Why post it at all? This is just the worst. So apparently some people were trying to defend the situation by saying like, this is actually part of Korean culture. And then people bringing up historical grievances between Korea and Japan. Let's read some responses. But first of all, you've definitely seen enough K-pop backlash and the response to the backlash to not even be surprised of this. Like, for someone to be like, actually smashing characters on a cake and laughing about it is part of Korean culture. You just don't like it's like an it's like an ancient practice. I've definitely heard every excuse possible, but this is funny, especially if like Koreans can come out and be like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? Here's some responses. Since when has it been part of Korean culture to play with food? It's even worse because it was a gift from a staff member. If the members had bought it themselves, it could be dismissed as just messing around amongst themselves, but this seems disrespectful. What's the big deal? Claiming this is Korean culture when anti-Korean sentiment is already high just gives more fuel to the fire. The Boyz don't represent all of Korea, so why act like this is part of Korean culture? This made me lose interest in Q, New, and Sonu. I'm even more puzzled by the staff who approved of this video for Instagram. Didn't they realize it could spark controversy, especially with a cake prepared by the brand sponsor? If they treat a cake prepared by their advertiser like this, it's easy to imagine how they treat gifts from their fans. So of course, on one hand, you have people who think that it's gross, like it was just unnecessary to post a video like that. And then there are people being like, it's literally not a big deal in the slightest. But I'd love to know what you think. I actually had an 80s cake for my birthday 2 years ago. And I was just like, how do you eat that? Like, where do you start? They went on butt. Anyways, they had butts. So I leave for a couple of days to go see ATs. And suddenly the K-pop world is falling apart. And I was like, I swear to God, if big news comes out while I'm gone, I'm gonna lose it. Because it's been pretty so-so. And like the minute I leave, all this stuff is happening. But let's talk about Bang Si-hyuk, who is walking around with younger women. Listen, okay, so there's this video. Let's talk about the video, okay? There's this video of him walking with two women. Here's a screenshot, and the girl on the left seems to be a streamer called Juicy Seon, and the girl on the right seems to be her older sister. Now it seems that Hive is like saying that they met by chance, and then the streamer is actually like, you know what, that's not true, because We didn't meet by chance. It was planned. There's so much going around about this. There's a lot of people attacking the girl specifically because she's a streamer who was a little bit like a slightly spicy streamer, if that makes sense. There's this video of her going around dancing to Eyelets Magnetic. Seems to have been streamed on the same day of this. So here it is at 7 million views. Just for context, she is wearing a tube top and skirt, the same outfit from the picture that I showed, but I don't know what I'm allowed to show on YouTube, so modesty Kevin is here. Many even claimed that Pang is the biggest sponsor of one of the adult streamers, Juicy Seon. So these streamers are apparently in their 20s, while Pang Seok is in his 50s. So people are just like, are really iffy about this. Now people have brought up her past content where it seems she likes to dress younger. So just adding on to the disgust that people already feel with Pang Si-hyuk. And then it seems that they found the background of her phone is Rise's Anton. So here we can see Anton on her phone background. And this is the picture apparently. So here are some comments about the Anton situation. How can this girl like aespa set New Jean songs as her Instagram background music and have Rise as her phone wallpaper? Be so completely opposite in taste with Pang Si-hyuk. F. Anton, run. The fact that a BJ broadcasting jockey likes idols feels a little bit like cognitive dissonance. And then it seems she's previously talked about her ideal type, which seems to line up with Pang Si-hyuk. I don't care much about their physique. I don't like men who are muscular. I'd much rather someone who's chubby. I don't care about their height and face, but they must have a single eyelid, and I don't care about their nose. I'd wish they don't have female friends and hope that they are a loser who is only friends with me. I hope they don't have a debt, and I wouldn't like it if they were a YouTuber or a streamer. So there you have it. There's just a lot going on in regards to this. So many things popping up about how they actually met, about people thinking that he's actually, you know, the president of her fan club, like that he's her biggest supporter. So many things being alleged. But at the end of the day, I want to know what you think about this. Tempest's Hwarang has officially been removed from his group. So for a while now, he has been on hiatus because he was accused of going to a club. And a lot of fans have been left in the dark about what would happen to him. I'm sure we've all heard of similar situations where an idol goes on hiatus and you're just like, first of all, you don't agree with why they went on hiatus. Second of all, you're just kind of left in K-pop limbo. Like, is this person gonna come back? Did this person literally just lose their career? What's going on? Well, here's his company's statement. Hello, this is Yehua Entertainment. We would like to address the future activities of Tempest and Hwarang. We engaged in deep discussions with Hwarang regarding his future activities and career. After careful consideration, we mutually agreed to conclude Hwarang's activities as a member of Tempest and to terminate his exclusive contract. We sincerely express our gratitude to all the fans who supported Hwarang until now. We ask for lots of support for the future activities of Hwarang, who is preparing to embark on a new journey, and we will also sincerely support Hwarang in his future endeavors. We will respond strongly against the circulation of false information and speculation about our artists. Furthermore, please show lots of interest and love for Tempest, who will be greeting fans through Road to Kingdom. So again, just to recap all of this, back in March, it was announced that he'd be on hiatus. He's not doing his activities anymore, and this is because of rumors of his private life. It seems that he did a video call with a fan who was like, hey, I actually saw you at a club, and he was like, oh, but I didn't do anything wrong. So he just went for the music, but then it turned into a whole thing that he was there with other idols, that he was there. Anyways, let's look into this actually. Here are the full accusations made by the fan who spotted him at the club. Not only was he spotted, but he was spotted with other fourth generation idols. So this is the fan call apparently.
아 진짜요? 그때 봤나? 본 사람이 그쪽이야? 나쁜 짓 안 했어?
So to be honest, during the rest time, I saw Oppa at the club. Oh, really? Yeah. Did we meet there? Were you the one I met? Well, since I didn't do anything bad, I like music. Seems like you like exciting music. I definitely never hung out with girls. I don't have any intention of turning fans into fools. They were upset not only by his presence at a nighttime establishment, but also for the bad timing it came with. So, didn't have a one-night stand, but went to the club until dawn the day before a music video filming right after the Hanto charts. Didn't have a one-night stand, but still went to the club with Mire's Chunhyuk, who is on break for a leg injury. Didn't have a one-night stand, but went to a club tour with Golden Child's Pullman and Unite's Hyunsung. Didn't have a one-night stand, but split the bill for a table with TNX's Hyunsu, who's born in 2003, didn't have a one-night stand but went to the club for the last ball the weekend right before a shoulder surgery, didn't have a one-night stand but went to the club for 3 days in a row as soon as he reached Seoul after his surgery right before resuming promotions. The fan continues, Hwarang, you said you didn't hang out with girls, but you drank. Hwarang, you keep in contact with the girls you meet at a club through your private Instagram. Hwarang, you drank all night with girls and made a 2003 born TNX's Hyunsu pay. So it seems that he apologized for this incident, and then Yahoo basically said they apologized for causing trouble to fans. But they say that the truth is different from the information circulated via social media, and Hwarang is deeply reflecting on visiting the relevant location. He has resolved to not repeat his actions, and the agency and artist Hwarang will take care so that such actions are not repeated. They once again apologized for concern. And then, of course, they put him on hiatus in March, basically saying, in the process, Hwarang was unable to restore trust. And with this situation, we made the judgment that it will be difficult to carry on activities as a full group. So let's read some responses to this. God forbid you live your life as a normal human would in South Korea. Every day, I keep praying for this company's downfall. Stop. Rachel, this is serious. All that just because he went to a club? This is just because he was doing normal things that adults do. Hwarang was such a key member of Tempest. Hope he finds success in whatever he decides to do next. He did nothing wrong. What's the reason? Suddenly? For those who don't know, during Hwarang's personal break, he was followed by a stalker who later revealed he went to a club with other idols. Mind you, he's 23 and created this whole drama. Instead of protecting him, Yahoo put him on hiatus and terminated his contracts. A lot of people slamming Yahoo Entertainment. Here are some more comments. Huh? Isn't he a popular member? So they're withdrawing him? He's a rookie. If he's going to a club like that, there's no need for the company to keep him. Do you really think they'd withdraw him just for going to the club? Of course, there must have been something that happened. I'm sure it's not the clubbing. There must be another reason. It's not the clubbing. There has to be something else. I feel like there must have been something else. Hype should do the same. Rookies are allowed to go to the club. This is a bit too harsh. Why? And isn't he a popular member? So a lot of people speculating that there must have been something else. Like, just alone going to a club is probably not the full official reason. Not that they've really named a reason to begin with. We can only infer, right? Let's talk about what happened with BTS's Suga. So on August 7th, it was reported by a Korean news outlet that BTS's Suga was being investigated by the Yongsan police station for driving while under the influence. So the basic information was that he was by himself, fallen off the kickboard and on the streets. And this happened on August 6th, the day before. The police who had been patrolling the area spotted him, approached him to help him up, smelled alcohol on him, and took him to the nearest police station. So initially what was reported is that he was on an electric kickboard. Now this will be important later because depending on what kind of scooter it was specifically, it could really change the outcome, right? So this is initially what people thought he was driving, just a scooter like this that was electric. But turns out it was a little bit different in that it had a seat on it and could reach up to 35 kilometers per hour. So after that, the next thing that was reported was the breathalyzer test. So the Newsys report didn't specify exactly what percentage it was, but it highlighted the fact that the police reported Suga's blood alcohol concentration level had passed 0.08% at the time of the test, meaning his driver's license could be revoked. So from there, we had a report from the Jeonghan, basically where they say that according to Suga, he talked about knee pain and testified that he had only driven for a short while after having one glass of beer. And then here is where we get Big Hit's first statement. Hello, this is Big Hit Music. We apologize for the matter of BTS members Suga driving home on an electric kickboard while on the night of August 6th, Suga used a helmet while driving an electric kickboard home after drinking. He had driven around 500 meters before he parked and fell down. Through a police officer who had been nearby, a breathalyzer test was conducted, and as per the results, Suga's license was revoked and he was fined. No casualties occurred through the incident, neither was any property damaged. He was escorted home by the police. We apologize for the disappointment caused by our artist's inappropriate action. As a public service officer, Suga conducted himself in a manner that caused rife in society, and thus he plans on duly facing the appropriate consequences from his workplace. We'll be even more cautious to prevent similar matters from occurring in the future. Thank you. So this is their first official statement. They do have another statement that we'll read later where they correct some of the misinformation that they had here. For example, they said he was on an electric kickboard when it seems that wasn't the right word to use. It wasn't the right category of vehicle he was driving. So then after that, Suga himself posted an apology, basically saying, I'm feeling extremely heavy-hearted and sorry to have to come to you over such a disappointing matter. I rode an electric kickboard home last night after having drinks with dinner. I thought that it was a close distance and I did not realize that I could not operate an electric kickboard after drinking. As such, I violated traffic rules. I parked in front of the main gates to my home, and in that process, I fell over by myself. Police was nearby, and through the results of a breathalyzer test, my license was revoked and I paid a fine. Although no one was hurt and no property was damaged, this is inexcusably something I have to take responsibility for, and I apologize to everyone. I apologize to those who were hurt by my irresponsible and inappropriate behavior, and I will be even more careful with my actions to prevent such matters from occurring in the future. There's still a lot of fans defending him, just keep that in the back of your mind, but there was a lot of backlash towards this statement. So this still being August 7th, it seems that in the afternoon, Star News had a conversation with the Yongsan police station in regards to the quote-unquote electric kickboard. And the police station confirmed it was a model with a seat, so something like this with a seat on it. According to South Korean law, there are two possibilities. If Suga's mobile vehicle ends up being classified as a device with an internal engine, it will be treated the same as incident involving a car and will be handled using the governing traffic law. His driver's license will be revoked, and he could also end up being charged and punished by law in accordance with the traffic rule violations for cars. On the other hand, if his device is investigated and classified as a variation of an electric kickboard, the case will end with him facing a fine of 100,000 Korean won, about 72 USD, with his driver's license getting revoked. But then from there, it seems that the police station is also saying that they didn't revoke his license, but both Big Hit and Suga said in their statement that his license was revoked and that he paid a fine. Currently, no fine has been imposed yet, and the process for revoking his driver's license is still underway. There are currently no plans for additional summons or investigation of Suga, but since it involves on a scooter, the investigation into whether a violation of the Road Traffic Act applies will continue. If the investigation concludes that there was a DUI on an electric scooter, it is highly unlikely that the case will close with a simple fine. Then it seems that there was CCTV footage released of him driving this scooter. So then this is allegedly Suga in some CCTV footage riding the scooter. So from there, a lot of people wondered, how is the military going to respond to this since he's currently doing his military service? And it seems they're not going to, because this was during his personal time. He is not subject to punishment for damaging the military's image due to the fact that the incident occurred outside of his working hours. So the next day on August 8th, Big Hit releases their second statement, clarifying some misinformation that they were criticized for in their first statement. Firstly, we sincerely apologize yet again for disappointing everyone with the irresponsible incident. We were unable to carefully review various aspects of it and put out a statement in a rush, causing confusion. So they clarify issue number 1, the term that they used, kickboard. We initially used the term electric kickboard as we assumed the vehicle in question to be a kickboard that had a seat attached to it. In the process of checking, we realized that the classification for the vehicle differed according to its capabilities and specifications. We also understood that the spectrum of repercussions for DUIs involving the vehicles would differ as such. They claimed that they had no intentions of downplaying the incident, as they had been accused of doing. We do, however, apologize for having rushed to put out a statement without carefully examining the facts. From now on, we plan on diligently taking responsibility according to the vehicle classification as determined by the investigating officers. So then in regards to revoking his license and paying a fine, because as we recall, both of their statements say that his license was revoked and that he paid a fine, but then the police said no, actually that didn't happen. On August 6th, after Suga underwent the breathalyzer test, he went home immediately. We were unable to register the fact that there were remaining steps to the investigative process, and we wrongly believed that the case had been concluded. As we realize the severity of the case, we are sorry for having included incorrect information in our statements due to the mistakes made in internal communication. They apologize for failing to set a good example during the time of service in the military and causing an irresponsible incident. We are sincerely sorry to the fans who have been disappointed as well. From now on, we will diligently cooperate in any additional investigation as requested by the police, and we will accept the results of the investigation. So then according to Dispatch, they're saying that the police station basically is classifying his motorized vehicle as a motorized bicycle and not a personal mobility device, which seemingly might have a different outcome. A personal mobility device essentially has a maximum speed of 25 kilometers per hour and weighs under 30 kilograms. But for Suga, he allegedly was riding a motorized bicycle, or rather an e-bike. So then due to this, people are speculating, what the outcome for him would be in all this. The electric scooter made by E-Brand can reach a maximum speed of 30 kilometers an hour and is a foldable model that does not allow for the attachment or detachment of the seat. The motor has a maximum output of 1.2 kilowatts, which falls under the category of a 125cc or less engine displacement, according to traffic laws, and is classified as a motorized bicycle among electric scooters. But then later that same day, on August 9th, Donga Ilbo revealed his BAC, and they said it was about 8 times higher than the legal limit. So they're saying the Yongsan police station tested him, and it was 0.227, with the legal limit being 0.03. And that's basically where we are officially. There have been no other statements or updates in regards to the investigation into this, what the outcome would be for him. But until we get an official statement on what the outcome would be for this, it's really all speculation, right? But with all that, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. So that is basically it. Oh, do I have a K-pop song of the day? Oh, when I went to see ATEEZ, I just fell in love with Matt's Two Men, We on Fire, We on Men. The energy was just so amazing, so it's on my playlist now. Not that I could really see anything, but you know, I felt it. I felt it. Hongjung was just playing the guitar and I couldn't see him. He was hidden in my obstructed view that was not advertised as an obstructed view on Ticketmaster, by the way. I paid $169 for that ticket. Just say. It just hyped me up so much. The song is so fun. I just got like such a new appreciation of this song that I didn't have before. So our K-pop song of the day is Matt's, which is Hongjung and Seonghwa's solo. Well, duet. If you want to know more about my concert experience and my trip to Toronto, then go check out my vlog channel, please. And then maybe in a podcast episode, we can talk more about K-pop concerts, K-pop concert etiquette, all that jazz. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going. So I'll see you next time. Bye!